What's up, my friends? On this episode of KevsToyFun, we're gonna unbox this brand new Transformer Cyberverse Power of the Spark Optimus Prime Spark Armor with Arc Power. This thing is awesome! So without further ado, let's get our unboxing on. KevsToyFun, toys rule! Okay guys, so like I said, today we're gonna unbox the brand new Transformers Cyberverse Power of the Spark Optimus Prime Spark Armor with Arc Power, right? Super awesome. It's an awesome illustration. And here is what he looks like inside the box. Pretty cool. And again, this is one of those tall figures. It's like the Ultra class, right? It's not like one of those small Legion class guys. And it looks like it comes with maybe like some kind of sword or weapon. There's the arc, right, for the spark. And then the back, you can kind of see them with both combined, which is pretty awesome. So there's Optimus. There's the Arc Power, right? Like an Arc Power spaceship. He can tow it, which is pretty cool. I don't know how you would tow a big spaceship, but I guess you can, because this is Hasbro. You can do whatever you want. So there you go. And then you can transform Optimus Prime in 11 steps. Pretty sweet. Okay. Less yapping, more happening. Let's start unboxing them. Woohoo! Whoopsh. Okay, guys. So here it is unboxed. Comes with the instruction manual, Optimus Prime, and the Arc Power. And this is part of the Arc Power. Now, the thing is, with the Arc Power, this actually goes in the middle here, just so you know. And I'll explain. I'll show that in a little bit. Overall, pretty simple to transform. I think the Arc Power took a little bit more time to figure out how to put it back together. So I'll show you a couple tricks to help it speed up for you guys. And again, here is the instruction manual. Pretty cool. Like I said, it's pretty easy to follow to do the 11 steps and to also to get Prime transformed and also to put the Arc Power armor or the Spark Armor on them. The one challenge is, I'm going to say, is putting the Arc Power back together. These aren't really that clear, and I'll show you a tip, like I just said, on how to save you guys some time to that. But let's look at Prime. So here's Prime. It's a pretty girthy figure. Reminds me a lot of like the Ultra class figure that came out last year, and then in the revised version that just came out again this year. So here he is. Arms move. It's pretty cool. The top can swivel. It's pretty awesome, right? Pretty girthy. Pretty sturdy. That's what I like about the Cyberverse. They're really, you don't have to worry about, they can take a little bit of a beating. Not like the studio where stuff can like just, like if you try to like, like transform it, stuff will pop off. The one thing also, make sure when you transform him back, just make sure you put these supports out like so he stands up, right? So it's like that. Pretty cool. And let's disassemble the Arc Power right now. So to do that, you just kind of, well, actually here's the Arc Power really fast. This is what it looks like. It's pretty cool. Pretend like the arc crashes on Earth. And then you just kind of pull these guys apart. Comes, I believe, in like 5 different pieces. Right? So you got to get, there's this kind of like his helmet right there. And then what you do is just kind of put this like so, right? And then this guy just goes this. And it also clips underneath here. You can see there's kind of like a thing. So you kind of get that in there like so. And what you want to do is this piece comes off and then attaches in here to hold it in place. So you can kind of see how that goes. And that attaches the armor. Armor goes like so. There's with the armor on. And then you can kind of move these guys. These are kind of like the guns in the background, which is kind of cool. Then you get the mask, right? That just kind of goes on Prime, just like that. And it also fits into these grooves here and here. Just like that. Boom. This guy kind of comes off a little bit, so kind of, there you go, right down there. So that's where he looks like with the armor on. And then the rest of the armor, see how it kind of flips up. That's the only thing I don't like about this, is that kind of like you have to, there you go, cool. Okay, press that down, then you should be good. This is just a regular sword. And then these guys have 2 pieces here. They come off, right? So just kind of like pop this off like so. Pop this one off like so. And then these guys go on the legs. They kind of fit pretty easily on the bottom there, snap into place. The other one snaps into place. You can see these 1, 2, 3 kind of like pegs. They go 1, 2, 3. Cool. Okay, so there's that guy. And then he has kind of like these shoulder kind of like cannons, kind of like missiles or whatever kind of stuff going on. And these guys just go on over here. You want to kind of move these guys over here. And then they kind of just go for the steam stack on his shoulder. Just kind of fall into place like that. Other one over here. Put this guy up. Just make sure this hole goes right over here on this one. Pop that down. Boom. And then this guy can pretty much go anywhere You know, just kind of goes inside that groove on either one of the hands there. Do that, and there it is, right? Which is pretty cool. I think you can also do you can also do it on his arm too if you want, on the side there. Pop that in. So there he is with the spark armor on, which is pretty awesome, right? And these guys you can adjust. I think when like you kind of push this up, this thing kind of moves into place like so, which is pretty cool. But again, this thing kind of like shoots up, which is kind of like a little bit of a bummer. But it's pretty awesome. Like I said, you can move these guys around. These things you can adjust, right? The sword, again, you know, you can put it in both hands or on both sides and both arms too, and go on that armor if you want. And again, this thing just keeps popping up. That's the only thing I don't like about it. But the cool thing is the armor is also awesome. I mean, it looks very cool on the bottom of his legs. And here he is from the back. But overall, very cool figure, man. I mean, I hope they make a Megatron version of this. That'd be sweet. Okay, so to take them apart, it's pretty easy. You just kind of like pop off all the armor, right? Pop this guy off here. And these guys pop off pretty quickly. Just pop this guy off here. Boom. That pops up. Oh, goes the helmet. Okay, so to transform them, let's get all this stuff out of the way. Transform is pretty easy. Just start with the bottom, push these guys in like so. These two go together, push his head back, and then you kind of have to push this out. Now, the one thing is when you do transform back into robot mode, make sure that these guys go in here, that they kind of snap into place. Otherwise, he's just going to do that. Okay, that's one thing I noticed also. Just flip this guy out like this. Okay. These guys, turn this guy around. Put his arm, shoulders back like so. Do that. There's grooves here. They go inside on either side of that. There you go. Cool. There's one. Okay, now we got it. Okay. And then you just kind of, like I said, snap his legs together. This falls down like so. There he is in truck mode. And again, you can wheel and stuff like that. Wheel spin, which is nice. It's pretty sweet. Now for the arc power, that's a different story. This is a little tricky. So what you need to do first off, get this guy like so. And this guy will go like that. But before you do that, you have to get his helmet right in here where it goes. If you keep it like that, okay? And then this kind of goes around like so. And then that's the beginning part of it, or that's the front, kind of like the cockpit part of it. Now the sword is going to go right inside here, okay? Once you put it together. So the only challenge is these things. This is where it got a little confusing. So these guys here are tricky to get back in. You got to make sure you got to make sure you get them in the right size. So first off, you got to collapse them down, okay? So make sure it's like that. Right, so it goes like that, collapse it down. Now, what you want to do is, the black part has to go inside, right? So if it's this guy, this is the part, it has to go in like so. This guy. You got to make sure you get the right side. And then what you want to do is, this peg right here goes inside this peg. This took me forever to figure out. I have to get it like so, bam. Okay, now it's in there, see? You get the other guy. Remember, the black part goes inside, and this guy, this hole right here, goes here. Just want to get that like so, and then pop it into place, and there you go. I was trying in these grooves, oh my gosh, it took me forever to figure this out. Put one in, so it attaches. There you go. Now you put this guy, now you can kind of see where the kind of like the blade fits inside, almost like a knight, like it's like a knight helmet, where it kind of goes in the, kind of like in the slit right there, and just kind of pop it in. There you go. Boom, bada bing. Take the other one, pop it in, make sure these other pegs meet those holes, and there you go. And there is the arc power put back together. Now, then to attach it to Prime, there's these two slits here, there's two slits here, just kind of meet those guys right there, and then push it and snap into place, and there is the arc power on Prime. Prime carrying the arc, which is a little crazy because the arc would be humongous and it would be way too big for Prime to carry it. But anyway, it's pretty cool nonetheless. So there you have it. pretty sweet. Overall, I think it's a very cool toy. I mean, I would definitely, and then just take it off like so. I think it's a very cool Optimus Prime. I mean, if you love Prime and you love the Cyberverse, I would definitely recommend. I give this thing 2. I would give it like 1.5, just because. That's like I said, the instructions for these guys are really. I just wish they would put them like in color or something, because it's so difficult to figure out sometimes, especially like that arc power. When I was trying to figure out like those pieces in here, like it was just like, how is this going in? Like, what's the deal? You know? And it was a little frustrating overall, but you can kind of see how quickly, you know, you can just transform them in like 11 easy steps, right? So there you go. Cool. So there you have it, my friends. There is the Transformers Cyberverse Spark Armor Optimus Prime with arc power. And again, I would give it 1.5 thumbs up. Okay, I will see you guys in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.